Here's a big book. Very big. I have a few of these because the library used to sell their copy at the end of each year for a £5 or so. That was back then, of course, when libraries had such books. All computerized now, I fear. Anyway, you can't really see this. Each page has 2 columns, and and most people, they have an inch or two of 1 column in there. But who do you think has the biggest entry in the book, in Who's Who? I'll give you a clue. Her name was Barbara Cartland. Actually, that's quite a big clue. But yes, she had a whole page down both sides, whole page, both columns, because it lists all her books. And that was in 1992. So it would have grown even more by 2000 when she died. She wrote 723 novels, plus loads of other stuff, biographies, plays, operettas, verse, and so on. Anyway, Who's Who, of course, lists many people of the upper classes. I recalled that some while ago I did a video about Norman St. John Stevens concerning how the pronunciation of his name did not conventionally follow the spelling. It's St. John. That video went viral with over 250 views last time I looked. So I thought I would do another one about various people who are similarly unconventional with pronunciation of spelling. There are 2 families, or maybe just one extended family, because members of the 2 parts are related in various ways. On the one side are the Carey Pools, who are not hyphenated, and on the other side are the Poole Careys, who are hyphenated. Here is a poem about a member of one of those sides who was frightened by one of his contemporaries at school. Excuse me. At Eton, young Master Poole Carey was a softy they called the school fairy. He fled Master Tyrwhitt, who dressed as a spirit, for he found any ghost or ghoul scary. Now, here is a poem about the Carey Pools and the Poole Careys. I have to say, this one is vulgar when it is spoken. So vulgar, in fact, that I shall not speak all the words. But it's okay to write the words, because in writing they are not vulgar. They just become vulgar when you pronounce them in the fashion of the upper classes. The poem also references a fool, which, as you all know, is a traditional English confection made with stewed fruit and sweet custard or cream. The poem goes like this. The virginal Miss Carey Poole was preparing a gooseberry fool. Inside the cool dairy when in came Paul Carey and showed her his big sorry about that. Now here is one about a pirate called Mingies and some observational advice he received from Sir Ralph the Rover. Sir Ralph, you will recall, was the protagonist of the 1802 poem The Inchcape Rock by Robert Southey, and by that account he had become a somewhat nasty piece of work. But this poem portrays him in earlier times as a more caring individual. It goes like this. A foolish young pirate named Mingies stood with one leg in each of two dinghies. Said the rover, Sir Ralph, I don't reckon that's safe. If they drift, you might injure your thingies. Now, this next poem was not actually written by me, but the mention of Sir Ralph the Rover reminds me of my acquaintance Ralph Hancock, or Rafe Hancock, and he wrote this one. Actually, I don't know if he is Ralph or Rafe, because we have never actually met in person, and our acquaintance is only by correspondence, email and such. Anyway, his poem is about the names Lucan Gore and Fanshawe, and it goes like this. A colonel by name Lucan Gore mixed scotch, brandy, rum, lime juice and more. In a drink for Miss Fanshawe. Who said to him, "Man, sure, this stuff might have some use in war." I should tell you something about Ralph, or Rafe, by the way. He lives in London, near Hyde Park and Kensington Gardens, and he goes to those places pretty well every day to watch and photograph the birds and occasionally other wildlife. He writes a blog about that, well worth a look, and I'll put a link in the comments. He is also the author of an amusing book, which I will also link below. And that's the end for now. Bye bye.